Because I want to get no money from my videos on YouTube. I want to get like copy stricken right away.
I'm surprised you recognize them. Whenever I play games, I always have my headphones on and I'm listening to my own music, so I rarely recognize game music.
Oh wow, you're just ruining all of the
Sounds like yeah. There's your problem,
feelings of a
sir.
game.
Yeah. If you ever play Final Fantasy 14, the MMO, do not play your own music unless it's the soundtrack.
I've played it once before.
Yo, that is a gorgeous dog.
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 Yeah.
Wait, how do I full screen Tom's dog?
Double click.
Found him.
Just the dog.
Just dog cam.
We don't need the DM anymore. Just dog.
Just focus the camera on the good boy.
On the good boy. Here's a puppy. Who's a good dog?
Hi, doggy.
Oh, who's a good dog? Oh,
What a
who's
good boy.
Puppy?
It's a girl.
What a good girl.
What a good boy.
It's a boy now.
It's a girl.
You don't tell
What's her
that
name?
dog what it is.
Wait, what's her name?
Oh my.
Dog.
Her name's Dog.
Right. Shall we?
Do you get the dog on your lap?
You're gonna hate this.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay. You're gonna hate this so much. Come here. Nope.
Oh,
She does not like
she loves it. She loves it.
She's like, please never again. Dude, she's like twice my size.
So I get Barrett on me.
What?
I get Barrett to snuggle on top of me.
My German Shepherd does not like cuddles.
Tom, please, like, move your camera a little to the right.
Belly.
There she is.
Just dog cam for the rest of the
Okay.
session.
Yes.
And now give her some good belly rubs.
Just tell the campaign like this.
Oh god, you're making me work.
Oh yeah, dog's in love.
Yeah.
Hey, dog's having a good day.
Alright.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's a good serotonin. Living vicariously through Tom.
Alright.
Oh, my foot is so itchy.
Didn't. Cool.
It's very unfortunate. Let's start. So,
Yeah.
picking up from where we last left off. Pavo, Nevitz, Ashling, Chungo, and Rollo, you were requested by the ruling council of Alderheart to apprehend a general of the Bandit Coalition, a servant woman named Benna Seridan. Riding your nearly, sorry, I need water. Newly purchased ox, pulled cart, and escorted by an entourage of Perch Guard, you took to the road, heading east toward the Bandit Stronghold atop the Crest Mountains. After 5 days on the road and an additional night on the mountain, you now camp about a mile away from the stone perimeter of the Bandit Coalition's stronghold. What do?
Were we gonna go with our plan that we role played with in our chat, or what do you want?
I think so, yeah. So getting prisoners.
Okay.
So what role do I play in this?
I can play
Prisoner?
as. Yeah. Oh, I can be the prisoner.
Oh,
No, how
Although,
about we all be
I think
prisoners and then
Nevitz
he's
might
the
have
guard?
like the highest fucking charisma out of all of us. But
John who has the highest charisma?
not Chungo.
Jungle has probably the second highest.
Anyway, I have a bandit captain sword that will aid in this, so whoever
Exactly.
wants to
So-
do the.
Pavel.
Oh, okay. But Pavo is ready to play his role.
Pavo and Nevitz.
Will be the capturers.
Ooh, the capturers.
Do we have a really long cloak? You could just like put me on Pavel's shoulders and I'll do the talking.
Yeah, yeah. I do have a cloak. We'll put you on my head, and we'll just walk from underneath.
Don't forget, we need to get the outfits.
Outfits.
Oh yeah, we need to like knock out a guard to get like the
Okay.
same.
We're just gonna walk in with civilian outfits and be like, "Hey, these are prisoners."
We are guards.
So, are there any guards that patrol the perimeters?
We could see, yeah.
You have already encountered a few German scouts patrolling half a mile from the perimeter, to and through. You can see archers on the parapets above and a couple guards on the front entrance, standing guard before the portcullis.
Okay. How do you guys want to go about getting outfits?
Knocking one of them out somehow.
Okay. How do you want to go about getting one of them in a position where we can knock them out without alerting the entire fortress?
Once one of them is separated from most of them, I could put them to sleep and then we drag them away and strip them.
Okay.
Like whenever they swap for patrols, like they
And
have
we're
to
not
swap it.
going through the sewer pipe?
No.
Okay. Perhaps we could try to lure one of the guards that patrol half a mile out.
Sure thing. Waiting for the next evenly spaced time-wise patrol, you see a couple of Germans hopping about in the snow. They're dressed in those thick furs with their hoods up, trying to kind of keep their ears warm in this weather, in this worsening storm. Hopping about.
Is that outfit enough for either of them to wear?
It seems to fit a German size and has the crest on the back. What do you mean, either of them?
Like, would it fit Nevitz or would it fit Pavel?
It will fit Nevitz. It would probably fit Pavo, although a little crop topped.
Alright, then we're good. We'll get them.
Sure. Sneaking up on them. Go ahead and roll stealth. Whoever's involved in this.
Okay, I guess I will roll stealth as one person involved, seeing as I have the stealthy cloak.
Go ahead and roll with advantage then.
Are you able to add the disadvantage, normal, and advantage hotbars on top, like we have in our one-shot?
Yep.
You're able to do that.
Oh.
So you go over
I'll
to your
do that.
cogwheel, and where it says advantage, you
Cogwheel.
can do a toggle, and you'll add those.
Where's that at?
Are you at the cogwheel right now?
Yes. Yep.
So where it says advantage over on the right side, right top, it says one of them is like advantage toggle. Query advantage, whatever it's called, it says right now.
Query, I hate my fucking life.
I'll help you. Pavo,
Query.
I'm heading over to your sheet. Right
Heidi?
This thing, I just sent it in Discord.
So right now you're querying your rule query, is query advantage. I'm gonna go ahead and set it to toggle. Same thing with whisper.
I see.
Whisper
Okay.
toggle. There.
Alright. Thank you. Stealth. Yep. Natural
Yeah.
20.
Natural 20, white as a shadow, white as a ghost. You sneak up on them. How do you knock them out?
Once we get close enough, I'm gonna cast Sleep at 2nd level.
Go ahead. Okay, so that'll be a total of 35.
Yep.
That does it, yeah. As soon as you cast your sleep, you see the threads of magic kind of sweep toward them and take them as they both kind of plop into the snow.
Yes. Now we scurry towards them and we're gonna strip them.
I'm also going to tie them up and gag them.
Where do you leave them?
Somewhere sheltered, but not easily found.
Maybe like behind a mountain of snow or something.
Probably,
so that, like,
probably
anyone...
in a crag back up near camp.
Whereabouts would you be camping? Are you like south of the castle, north of the castle?
I forget where did you said we were in a position
Anywhere half a mile away from the castle. It's up to you guys which direction you're approaching from.
I'm thinking we should be approaching from.
You saw the front when you first saw the castle, where you chose
Yeah, I think
campus.
maybe we're to the left of it.
Left. Okay.
So
Northeast, northwest.
east, like northeasty.
Like here? Oh, sorry. I am. Silly me. Like here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where I would.
So we'll say this is cart, and you guys to have 2 of those scouts altogether. You take a uniform. So uniforms, they fit perfectly over small characters, but are an awkward fit for anybody larger.
I'm small.
Yeah. Those of you small creatures wearing the uniform are effectively disguised as bandit scouts. A medium creature would probably have to roll deception to see, but with advantage to see just how well the uniform kind of fits. So you guys to have 2 uniforms up to you to decide who wears which.
I'll wear one. And I guess Pablo will wear the other because it fits him properly.
Okay. The uniforms themselves feature like these fur-lined hoods and are made of this thick wool, suitable for the warm weather. So that chill that overtook you, Nevitz, begins to kind of ebb away. The exhaustion is still there, but at least the shivering stops. Marking the back of the coat, you see the symbol 2 crossed swords under the head of a fox, the flag of the coalition. Looking before you through the mist and snow, you see a pair of stone towers looming on the horizon. That as you approach, kind of you saw it. The area is connected to like a squat but sturdy fortress. It seems to have like 3 tiers to it. It just stands in lonely vigil among the crags. Again, a few distant shapes can be seen patrolling the parapets above, and you see just kind of the banners of with the crest of the Bandit Coalition like ruffle and hang proudly from the walls along the front and the sides. The wall seems about 100 feet tall. It is made of stone with guard posts positioned at every corner and a few more towers here and there. Those of you who kind of like got close, scalped, to see the guard situation, you saw that there is a down-drawn portcullis closed, and what looks like a drawbridge that is the wooden door that has been lowered to allow carts in, ease through the rough terrain.
Okay.
Single, large, 15-foot wide entrance in front with like a smaller door to the side, allowing single fire entry, which is guarded by 2 boots.
Cool. So
we meet back up
have-
with our group, and
I'm gonna put your tokens on the map while you guys speak. Sorry.
So we have the outfits to be the capturers. So that leaves Chungo as the prisoner, and Rolo.
Yeah.
Chungo,
Okay.
how are prisoners normally escorted into here? Do we like tie up your hands in front of you, or
Yes.
okay?
All right, I'm
Chungo-
gonna
Chungo's
tie you up,
bunch of rope we can do
Chungo.
that with.
Give me your little hands.
I give him my big hands.
Oh, so masculine. So delicious.
Like,
I look at everyone with questioning eyes.
I look at you with questioning eyes.
We kiss.
Jungo's gonna start putting his hands away.
No, your hands are already tied, sir.
You didn't say that. You just said you were looking at me.
Look down at your hands; they're connected to mine.
I'll tie up Rolo's hands as well.
I lift up Pablo and start walking away from this.
No, put me down, you rascallion. Now, Chungo, how does a bandit captain typically portray themselves to the lesser mobs?
Like Frey.
Jungle, what?
So like
Jungle,
they're
is
like they're
today
ants?
payday by any chance?
Is what?
Is today payday by any chance for the guards?
Mm,
Every day is
I'll look
payday
around for a
when you're
little
in
bit.
coalition.
and I look at any cart going towards the castle.
Oh,
While you're not
Right.
sure if it's pay or not, there is a car currently being loaded, escorted by a few bandits, and is being loaded through the entrance. You see the portcullis lift just high enough to let it through, and it proceeds inside. They're briefly inspected, but seeing as it's being escorted by their own guys, the cart itself seems to be covered, and it looks like what you would guess is supplies from a recent raid or food delivery from
I
wherever.
point at that and I say, payday.
Chinese.
listen, Nevitz. We have a mission to complete. Chinese come after.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you 3 shinies now if you pay attention.
You sound...
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
I hold out my hand. For the 3 shinies.
Give you 5 silver pieces.
Even better.
Big shiny.
Thank you. Okay. I start walking and like dragging Rolo behind me, but like softly.
Jesus.
Like, I go
Minute
along
Uma. I'm
then.
gonna let Uma out because she's getting nervous.
I'll
Wait, so
fucking
you're dragging me, like, on the
dies
floor,
from his
or-
headphone.
No, like your hands are tied up in front of you, and I'm kind of just like pulling you at the end of the rope. But, like,
I'm gonna,
not too hard.
Pretend, yeah, I'm gonna pretend to be like hurt as if I was like just beat up and like hot, just to like act more convincing. Like I'm gonna be kind of like limping, I guess.
Nice.
All right. I pull out my fancy pipe from my sock drawer that I took from back home. I place it in my mouth, put a hand on the hilt of the sword, and for the first time in many weeks, Tavo stands up straight.
And he hops on his motorcycle.
He hops on his motorcycle. Bye, bitches.
What a
Nice.
cool kid.
All right. Do you approach like just the front entrance?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Approaching the front entrance, you see it is guarded by 2 individuals. The first one looks like a carapaced creature, armadillo-like, standing on 2 legs behind. He has 2 very large swords, kind of on his back, crossed, and seems to be just wearing this like lumberjacky-ish outfit. Next to him stands a minute Gerban about knee height, with long ears and a set of earrings decorating his one ear, with a great sword his size on his back. And as you approach, while intimidating, they seem to nod in your direction, like, your turn? Good. Who you got there? Speaks as Gerban.
Some interesting prisoners we've captured here. The infamous Chungo and his companion.
Oh,
Is the leader here?
yeah, she's, the leader? General? Yeah, she's inside. Yeah, bring them.
Show some respect. Jesus.
I am.
The people they said no, not you, the little one here.
Right.
Same height as
I'm older than you.
Little John over there will lift the gate for you. Little John, do you mind? And you see like the guy silently just turn toward the portcullis, and you see there's a set of gears that he has to like manually like lift one by one, and just begins lifting them up as they nod you through.
I tap my head to Little John as a thanks.
I give him a nod as well as we start walking through.
Cheers, Captain.
Cheers. Out of character,
Looks
Nevis.
toward like Nevis, like, I recognize you.
What do you want me to call you, Nevitz?
Steven.
Steven?
Yeah.
Steven.
My name is Steven. What's your name?
Oh, Steven.
Steven,
Alberto.
you're an odd bird, aren't you? Grounded?
He's a
Something
little
like that. Never really fit in with you know, the city folk.
I start making
Work
my way
here.
to the door.
Well,
Work here is good.
we'll take anyone for want of a nail.
Hmm.
For want of a nail. As you enter inside, what you see is the following. Walking past the portcullis, you see two large levers inside the gatehouse that I described before. One is connected to the portcullis chains, the other seems to control the drawbridge itself. You see rope pulleys on either side are used to reset these levers as well. The courtyard itself is quite wide and houses a small community of humble folk. Some are armed and armored, others are unarmed and going about their day. Walking the parapets, rat folk archers stuck watching the ongoings. A few of them kind of lean past parapets, watch you by, and seeing business as usual kind of return to their patrol. To the one side, a large building serving as a barracks features a yard where many training dummies stand in rows. You see a Vulcan captain instructing several fresh recruits as they train sword in hand. On the other side of the barracks is a building slightly smaller and more barn-like. This one right in front of you. It's you see a supply wagon that one of us just came in being carted in. The side flap of a large canvas tent near you ruffles, revealing what looks like, with a gust of wind that kind of whips past Pavel. It whips the flap open, revealing cages inside. This seems to be sort of like the prison, and you indeed see two guards stand watch at the front of it.
Okay. What is the distance from us to the guards?
Which guards? The prison guards?
Yeah.
You're, do I even have scale on this map? I do.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're like 45, 60 feet away from them.
Okay.
Walking past the gates, just entering.
Oh, well, alright, Stephen, let's go drop off our prisoners.
Considering Chungo's reputation, I think Brenna would want to speak to him herself. We should take them straight to the captain's quarters. I'm sure she would want to personally question them.
Alright. To the captain's quarters.
Why am I not able to move my token up? I can't move my token up. I'm trying to go this way.
Where are you going?
To the captain's quarters.
By the way, Meta, you've never been here.
Correct.
Obviously, I have labels for Chungo, but like that.
Stephen, I do
Before
believe we're heading to the general's quarters.
Before I start talking, I asked Chungo, by the way, where is the general's quarters?
I point to the door, this doorway,
Okay.
and I say, further beyond that.
Sure.
Okay.
So you start
And I
walking. You
continue
make it
walking
about.
as if I know where things are, places.
You make it about 10 feet in that direction before this squirrel folk, again, stout, short, but confident, kind of pipes up. She says, "You lost? Bring him in." And she points toward the prison
Not at
tent.
all. I raise a hand, stopping Chungo and Roller from walking, say, "Not at all. We are escorting very important prisoners who Brenna herself wants to view. It is important that we head to her chambers for her to personally speak with before bringing them to the prison tent.
Why?
Because she demands it. You can take up your questions with her if you wish."
Roll deception with advantage. Because you're escorted by a captain.
Damn. Wait, but I have this. So anyone who isn't a Luma has disadvantage on insight checks against my deception checks.
You look around, there's not a single Luma in this vicinity. In fact, you guys are probably in direct sight of the 2,000 people around you right now. You're probably the only two bird folk in this entire court.
Did you hear that, Stephen? They have 2,000 some people now. Goodness.
He said 2 dozen.
Oh. Well, my ears are a little old.
Insight is charisma.
Insight's
She rolls a
wisdom.
natural one.
Wisdom.
She like eyes you for a moment. She's like, "What?" And then like her eyes land toward like Frey's sword, which she just is a captain's sword. She's like, "I mean, whatever. I guess. Just, yeah, all right. Dandelion, do you mind getting the door?" And she motions to her larger friends. This hedge, stock built, who just marches over to the door and rummages with a ring of keys to her side, puts it in the keyhole and unlocks the large gate door and pushes it. You can see kind of it drags the snow and makes like a little like snow angel arc as it pushes it and opens.
Thank you, Hedge. And you, Cobb and
I give
Steven.
a small nod.
We have important business.
I still can't move my token up. For some reason, there's like a barrier. It's like,
We go around.
I know why. Because hold on. Boop, boop. There we go. Sorry, I had dynamic lighting on, but I don't change my mind. All right, as you guys make it directly there, not stopping. You're not making sure you're not surrounded by a storeroom, barracks, or the prison tent. You make it to the inner courtyard. I'll go ahead and just load us to the map.
oh, there's
Natural one, I guess. All right, tell me if you have vision. Chungo.
Yep.
Pavo. In the
Yep.
skies. Rolo being escorted. And Nevitz. You all have your pets with you. I just don't want to load their tokens because, you know. There's the map.
But I told my Scorpions to wait outside just because I don't want them
By
following us.
Brenda. Would have been odd for our prisoner to have his pet, so I'm only assuming.
Yeah.
When I mean pets, I mean like if anybody wants to like hide their little jellies, they could.
Oh yeah, my toad is in the yurt.
You're
So from here, real quickly, I'll whisper to Chungo, like, so what direction from here?
I point upwards.
The rough road to the north of the courtyard climbs up a steep crag until it curves, revealing a 40-foot tall barricade of logs lashed together and a large gate. A pair of tough-looking guards eye you warily as you approach. They look like this. I think I can make the picture large. I hope I
Oh
do.
my god.
Yeah, so it looks
That's
like a large strig, old, scar-faced, and this tiny ass Dribbin on top, also scarred, who's currently in the middle of like heating a soup bowl on top of the fire using her magic. But as she raises her eyes, she's suspicious towards you and straightens up and saunters up towards you, kind of bringing his friend along. And the little Dribbin just raising a hand to halt. She goes, "That's far enough, friend. State your business."
We
Here to
are.
speak with Brenna. She wishes to speak with a prisoner that we have in hold with us. In tow.
Yes, we are delivering Chungo
And his companion.
and his.
The Strix just kind of lifts his hand up and like eyes you with his one eye. He's like, "Blimey, Chungo. Have you seen you in a long while? How have you been, you bastard?" And just like lifts up a wing to like clasp you on like the back.
I lift up my chained hands.
And I see
Or
you're
rotate.
staying out of trouble as always. Alright. Well, if you got business, we got business. I'll let you through.
Yep. You know
I'm
how
just
it is.
curious to know, what business exactly?
She wishes to speak with them personally. He's been gone for a long time. He has important info. He used to be close to us once upon a time ago.
I'm
This
very
isn't
well
just
aware how
any
close he
regular-
was to us,
Mm-hmm. This isn't just any regular old prisoner that you throw in a cell to rot. Brendan
Well-
wishes to speak with him personally.
If you really want to know.
It's kinda odd that they would entrust you two puny fellas to with my mighty Chungo here. I mean, Chungo, be honest with me, brother. You could easily just toss these two over a cliff.
Yeah.
What gives?
Nevix like puffs out his chest and says, "We're the ones who captured them."
I can outrun him.
Geriatric.
I give a little bit of a shrug, like, I don't know. Things happened.
You're getting rusty, Chungo. You're getting real rusty.
You know,
Almost to the point where I might not buy this bullshit. Hold on. What'd you roll on your deception
five?
earlier?
A
12.
Pav, what did you roll
That's
perception? Deception, rather?
No, I have not rolled deception.
Go ahead and
yet,
roll
but
deception
this,
with advantage yourself.
Okay.
You might be able to-
Insight is wisdom, by the way, not charisma.
Oh, cool. Weird.
oh,
That's weird. But I guess
Well,
it makes sense.
Charisma is like selling a thing. Deception's like being wise enough to sell it right
I get you.
and not too grandly. With advantage, you said?
Yeah, because you have like the sword and you have the uniform on.
18.
It meets it beats. He just goes. Something ain't right here. You guys just wait up here. I'm gonna get bed and Sarah over here, right? You just hold right up. Help yourselves to some food. Astrid.
Oh, that will be great. I haven't eaten in days.
Me as like the prisoner, I walk up to.
I smack Rolo.
Shango, I know. Who's the one in the fancy hat?
This one calls itself Rolo.
I kind of give Pablo a frown, and I want to like make myself look big. So Rolo like stands up proud, like I stole so much land. I am such a bad guy. I rolled deception.
Do you usually
While
arm your
she's saying
prisoners? You don't usually disarm them?
while she's saying that, I'm eating the food, staring at them all.
Oh, Jungle.
I'm just making myself look like a criminal. So I sound like convinced. I'm saying like I stole a bunch of land. I killed, knocked out so many people. I battled the
I
divine
honestly-
warrior.
You should consider
I'm gonna-
joining us and actually having purpose to all that.
Maybe
Yes,
when
I
she's
know.
thrown in a cell after the interrogation, we can.
You see, Chungo attracts
Re-educate her.
like company. Not too bright, neither of them, but capable nonetheless. As everyone is, as we are.
Right. Astrid, run along. Would you mind and get no, Bandit's probably too busy. Get Patch in here. Patch, you know what to do with these. And you just see the dripping start to like hop off from shoulder to knee off and begin skipping in this direction and into the fort. All the while,
What's Patch like, from what I remember?
Patch is a Weasley type he earns his name because he has an eye patch covering one eye. From what you
Is he
remember,
annoying? Is he an annoying person?
define annoying. He is loyal to the cause, and he's like Benna selected like left hand essentially.
Alright, then I just nod
Annoying in
at the
what
choice
sense?
of person. I don't know, I wanted to make a stupid joke going like, ah! But oh, if it's a good man, then yeah, I
I'm just
nod.
bouncing off you, dude. We're both in this together.
I give him a good nod for.
Y'all
for
one lower
the
should have went
choice
to the other
of
buildings. I mean, like you're heading straight in.
person. Yeah.
All the while, Clud.
So the little guy leaves, and
Yeah,
he's alone.
little girl. Yeah,
I cast
that's
sleep on him. Second level.
Try.
Before this happens, I back up. Like, here,
Try.
I try to back up.
Jungo's still stuffing the food in his face.
Do they rule like a Constitution save, or is it just health?
Nope,
health,
it's
isn't
just
it?
HP.
It just happens. Chungo back up as well.
Jungo does not think you have enough HP for both people.
So
Jungo slowly eats food backwards.
Is that his wisdom?
Jungle like slurping on soup, looking up like, ooh, interesting.
Oh no.
Jungo goes back to eating food.
Alright, I'll sit down and eat my food again too. Like, alright.
Does he fall
You
asleep?
begin casting a spell, and he just looks at you. Do you want to roll stealth like normal? Because it's a somatic spell.
I spit my soup out as a distraction. Oh god, it's hot! Ah, my palate. Oh, oh lord. Something cool. I grab another. I grab something I think is cold, but it's actually hot. And
I don't
also
remember
grab
you
my
getting
mouth-
initiated. Do I know you from somewhere? I would remember a fellow bird folk.
Oh,
Person 15. No, he sees you start casting spell. It's like, mistake, friend. Straight forget patch. We got intruders.
Steven, what did you do?
I point at Nevin and say, an imposter!
Oh no! One of them infiltrated my unit.
Uh-huh.
I grab Nevitz
Okay.
and I attempt to cuff Nevitz.
Oh my.
I knew it.
You cuff Nevis.
Big fella.
I mean,
Help
unless
me.
Nevis resists.
No, Pavel, we have to act now.
Well,
Once
I
they-
am acting.
once they go-
I'm acting right now.
once they-
I'm grabbing it.
Once they go fetch Pat and tell Brenna that we're here, she's gonna know that she never actually requested to talk to him. We're gonna fight them all anyway. Do it now.
Okay, I. Hey, do you like soup? And I throw soup in his face.
Is that your action for the turn?
Yes.
All right. So by the time that Astrid hops back on his head, and he just begins to like crack his knuckles and like begins to close the door, he just turns around with his one good eye, and you splash hot soup in his face, and it just it doesn't even like flinch. It just splashes over his face, and he's like, "Oh." Roll initiative. As I take 1d4 fire damage.
Well,
That's how you make it
It was-
fire damage.
It was actually that hot.
It's fresh off the. By the way, what you're looking at is literally a hearth in the middle of nowhere, like
Wow,
conjured.
that's quite the time to have a good roll.
Damn it!
Oh, I forgot to select my token.
It's okay.
Only the soup
I'll
had
hold it.
ball bearings in it.
So when you roll a natural 20, you can put yourself anywhere on initiative roll. Where do you want to put yourself?
I'll go first.
Okay. You already ready, like having failed your sleep spell. Prepare a second one. Go ahead.
Gonna move back here and cast Chromatic Orb at him.
You're still like
And I'm
wiping
gonna
soup
use-
off his face, like.
I'm gonna use Tides of Chaos while casting this, so it's at advantage.
We all blow up.
No.
And 18 hits. As you see, they both begin to like work as a unit. She begins casting a spell on top of them, and he just begins to draw what looks like a very sharp long sword. You cast Chromatic Orb. Again, I don't
It
see
does
rules.
lightning damage.
Lightning damage or strict
does.
fighting for him. Who are you aiming at? Which one?
Wait, you don't see the roll?
I see the roll. Who are you aiming at? At
Oh, I'm aiming.
the little mouse lady
at
or
the big guy.
Straight the guy.
Yeah.
You hit him with a huge 18 total. Did it roll doubles?
This is Chromatic Orb, not Chaos Bolt.
Right, that's the one that shifts. Okay. Math is fun.
This is the one that I use my shinies to cast. Okay, the diamond.
Okay.
Your diamond got stolen a bunch.
As your Strict of Lightning clashes. He managed to block it with the great sword, and you see the electricity working its way up the handle and actually like making his like muscles spasm as he clenches the sword, trying to deflect the magic but taking damage. Roll, it is your turn unless Lorian, you want to do anything.
That's my turn.
Okay. Rolo, you are bound by rope. What do you do?
Bound by rope, yeah. So, is it like loosely tied? Did it like loosely tied? Because I thought we are going in there prepared, and it
Yep.
like loosely tied me.
Yep.
Loosely tied? Okay. So like I.
When I was tying you up, I said that I was gonna tie it so that like it was tied around your hands, but like it doesn't hurt, and like it's like you said like
Yeah, so I just like I kind of like rubbed it against like my belt and kind of like slipped it off, and as I do that, I will grab my rapier and I will walk up and try to aim for I guess it's the mouse, so I will try aim for the mouse. Let me go ahead and
22 hits as you aim for the top of his head.
okay, I did 3 piercing.
As you deal 3 piercing damage to by lightly scratching the side of her arm. Anything else on your turn?
I think that's it.
You get sneak as well because you have Pavel right beside you,
Gotcha.
which means you roll those 2d6 dice on top of the damage. Right? I'll expedite.
I'm just looking. I'm reading. Sorry.
Okay, I'll expedite.
I'm trying to find it. But I already attacked, so I don't think I can do anything either way.
I mean, I rolled it. It's okay. So as you see, he begins to like get a sense that he's getting outnumbered. He just assumes a defensive stance, checking off the spell that he just got hit with, and with a coordinated strike, he strikes first, making 2 attacks with his longsword against you, Rolo.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh no.
Oh.
Alright.
Nice.
Can you roll me a strength saving throw, please?
Strength.
Real quick, just for future instances, can I roll
I
the
rolled a
sleep
21.
spell with it?
I
Can I
can
roll
only-
the sleep spell
I'm
with
getting hit by 3
advantage?
things.
If I,
What?
sorry.
You first.
Can I, in the future, if I were using Tides of Chaos, could I roll the sleep spell with advantage? So like I would just roll the hit die for the spell
No,
twice?
it's only for spells that require you to roll to hit.
Okay.
Sleep spell is not an attack roll. It's just your roll for health.
Mhm.
Jungle, describe your action. I don't want to.
Can I do a reaction?
Alright, I'll read it. This rune emulates the deceptive magic used by some cloud giants. While wearing or carrying an object inscribed by your rune, which you decide what that is, you have advantage from dexterity and deception checks. In addition, when you are within 30 feet of a creature, and it gets hit, you can use your reaction to invoke the rune you choose.
Oh my gosh.
A
Wait, can you make
creature.
him attack?
The choose
Small
creature becomes the target of the attack using the same rule of magic you can transfer it. Sure, but you'll have to select any other creature in your vicinity that's not.
So, is the little guy on top of him technically a different creature?
Aster is sure.
Alright. I'm gonna wiggle so that my mace falls through. I had it hidden in my like a big outfit. And then I'm gonna step on it to activate the rune. Because I don't have hands right now, technically. And yeah. And then his swing magically gaseouses into the next guy.
So as
You ever seen those videos? Oh, sorry.
What videos?
I was gonna say, you ever see those videos where like a kid swings a baseball bat and they hit themselves in the head? Like it's like the room kind of makes it like that.
As the blade begins to sweep close to you, almost cleaving your neck, and it begins to touch your fur, you see this like cloudy mist make the blade almost ethereal as it swings past, and he just goes, "What?" and like the motion seems to almost reverse on himself, and the blade cleaves the mouse on top of him, and she just falls unconscious on the ground beside him. She was charging up some sort of spell, and you just see like that yellow glow fade from her hands as she's unconscious in the snow with a huge gash across her chest, and she's just kind of lightly bleeding. And he just goes, no, and he like picks her up on his turn, and he begins to run inside. Get the others. Aster's wounded. We're under attack. And he maneuvers away from you.
Into the attack?
You already, if you want to, you can use your reaction. Yes.
Of course, I'm going to shoot him in the back as he runs away. That totally doesn't hit.
It does not hit. You hit his armor, but just hear the arrowhead hit metal as it hits one of the plates of his armor. As
Probably
he
you have an opportunity attack.
limps inside, and he just goes, "Go for it! Help Astrid!" And you just hear him make it around the corner and talk to somebody around there. What do you wish to do?
Whose turn is it?
It is yours, Pavel.
I would like to free Django's hands.
Okay.
So I'll just
Using
cut
an
it,
action.
cut the rope.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
And I would like to use the bonus action to click the heels of my boots.
Sure. Effectively doubling your speak for next minute, right? 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Nice. Zoom.
And I guess I'll run in. So I have 50 feet.
Ah, there you go. This is feet noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll like go up here. Zoom.
Okay. So can you? Because whenever you don't use the arrow keys or you don't use the Q,
Oh,
I don't see your
sorry.
path. So from here, using Qs, can
Okay.
you show me your path?
What's the Q bind?
What?
You just click and hold your token, and then
Like
press
that.
Q as you drag.
Guessing this is your path.
You see that?
Yeah, I can see it. Just so you know, you can make diagonals against a corner. You can go around it, but yeah. So running around it, you make it about this far before this is what you see without even having to rule. Hidden in this corner is a rat folk, and she's crouched low with the bow sideways. She seems to have heard a call from the gate, and you make it about this far before you see her, and almost in like melee range, she points the arrow right at you and releases the bolt with a ready action. It's still your turn. You can still keep going. It's just I'll have to rule hit.
Okay.
Because
I will keep going past. I think that's as far as I can get.
does an 18 hit.
Yes.
Okay, you just receive 8 damage as you pass by, zooming. You feel the arrow graze past, cutting deep and then past you, and thunking into the gate as she loads another arrow and quickly turns around, and is still kind of like kneeling down low. Now facing you.
Okay. That's my
You-
turn because I.
Okay, you ran past the
used
door
limited
here,
actions and-
and the space before you where you're running to. You can probably run on the side of the wall and make it around that corner if you want to. If you want
Sure,
to keep
I'll
going,
do that.
kind of thing.
Yep.
All right.
Here.
If you have distance, you can make it around the corner by running on the side if you want to.
Yeah, I think this was 30, so there.
Okay. Sweet. With that, where's my turn order? Soren, Pavarad, Chungo.
Alright, I'll pick up my mace and I'll take out my shield. And, 5, 15. I'm gonna peer my head around the corner and see them.
Yeah. At this point, as you maneuver past, the gate was open enough for him to squeeze through, but as you maneuver past, you nudge the other gate and just opens fully, and you can see what you can see. Yeah. What you can see is a salamander person drawing a blade and flicking it blade side, like holding it by the blade, really ready to toss it as he holds the German by the scruff and just ready to like toss her. His eyes are upon the door beside him, right here, ready to toss her in to safety.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll get here. And I'll, can't go anywhere else without disengaging. Unless they're not technically engaged with me yet, right? Or no?
I mean, you were here, and you can just go here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll go there.
Yep. Okay.
Where'd Pavel go?
You see like footsteps in the snow making it as he made his way like this way and toward this ratfolk woman who is currently drawing another arrow and is aiming at somebody who just zoomed around the corner. You can still see the like, snow trail in his wake. Before you also know, you would know this is the armory, and the door is locked with a padlock.
It's the armory?
Armory, yeah. It's just like labeled with like a sword and shield like kind of symbol, and there's a padlock on the door.
I'm just gonna stand right here and get in the way of anyone trying to get in here right now.
Okay. Nevitz, it is your turn once more, top of round.
Alright.
By the way, Soren Clud, the large strig, is currently like on the ground. He doesn't look like he's in a fighting position between the spell and everything. He is just knelt. He just wanted to get Aster out of there, and he's just like one hand on the gate and another one clutching his wound, and he's just, as far as combat is concerned,
Am I not
he's
supposed to be able?
You can see him. The door's open.
I can't. It's black for me.
I fix. You see it now?
Ah, yes.
Okay.
He's unconscious.
He's not conscious, but he's out of the fight. He's knelt. You would recognize that this is like just a gesture of somebody who's like his sword is in the snow beside him, and he's just trying to catch his breath as he got his little friend to safety.
Okay. And
I could
this
cry.
is the bandit lookout.
Yeah.
Guessing.
This is looks like a salamander folk with like a nasty looking set of daggers and a short bow on his back, and he currently has a dagger in one hand, but he is halfway through tossing Aster into this door over yonder, just hoping that her weight will like open the door as she gets inside into safety.
I'm gonna use a sorcery point, a twin spell Chaos Bolt, one at her and the other at him.
Sure thing. Actually, you mind roll me the macro? It's easier than me looking up the table. As you've cast
No.
the advantage last turn, so the first level spell you do enters in chaos.
Huh.
Okay.
That might be troublesome. Can
Right.
Chaos Bolt do pierce? No, I'm looking. No, I can't.
You feel the elasticity of your skin kind of begin to droop slightly as if not held together as firmly as before. Chaos Bolt, a 14.
Does that hit the?
Salamander?
Yep.
It does,
Yeah.
just hits. Being too distracted
Nice.
with Aster, he doesn't seem to dodge in time. Go ahead. Does it rule
Damn, it
doubles?
doesn't bounce.
No.
But no.
Okay.
But it does force damage. 12 force damage.
So he tosses Aster. She manages to fly through the door into the room. You hear the thud of her body as she rolls inside, and then he gets slammed against the wooden wall of the building behind him. almost losing the dagger, and manages to like regain his stance, ready, locking eyes with you and ready to toss the dagger. Anything else in your turn?
Nope, that's my turn.
Okay. Rollo.
Yeah. Okay. I will probably. I don't know who needs my help in this situation. I'm not too
What would
sure.
Rollo do in this situation?
I guess I want to help. I'm just gonna help Nevitz then, because I think he's just alone here. I can't see anybody's other icon. So is this gecko attacking him?
Yeah, he's about to toss the dagger.
right
He's
now.
mid-toss
But
right now.
about-
Yeah.
Right. So can I block that?
You can surely attempt. You can hold an action to attempt to block that.
How? Okay. What would I do?
Just
What would I press?
that's what you're doing, right?
Yeah, I want to block it. From
Okay.
it.
You see Soren beginning to. He takes like his great sword and begins to drag it behind him as he begins to crawl toward the door over yonder. Do you do anything about that? You're already holding your reaction. Do you do anything about that, Nevitz? You still have your reaction. Yes, no, maybe so.
I don't have anything that I can do as a reaction.
Okay. So he
Unless I could like try to grab him as he's leaving.
That's a full action. I'm just checking with you if you have like
Yeah,
a reaction or
okay.
anything you want to get. Okay. So he pushes the door open, and kind of you see him like pick up Astra's body and grasp it close himself as he just, with the last 5 feet of movement, crawls to the back of the room. And I don't know if you can see that far, but if you don't, he just spears inside. If you do, you can see him like lean against the wooden wall inside and just kind of sink and like just make sure that she's okay. Okay, let's see this. Gosh, what are you doing? Yours isn't thrown weapon fighting. Okay, so Rulo, you rule to block, right?
Yes.
So what's your AC +2? What's parry, essentially?
What's that mean?
What's your armor class +2?
14.
14. You need to get a better dexterity to get a better armor class. So you attempt with both your bulk and your dexterity to manage to deflect the dagger, but you sweep just way too late as a 24 passes through and launches toward Nevitz, dealing a total of... Did I really just roll 1?
Yeah, baby, you did.
3 piercing damage at Nevitz as it just... And you're vulnerable to it, so you take double, 6 piercing damage.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You get grazed, and you're like, ow, ow, no, ow. You just bleed more than you're like.
So much more than I thought it
Oh,
was.
Yeah,
that wasn't too bad.
The crackling of like
Oh.
that wild magic almost mocking you. But good attempt, Rollo, as you try to swipe it away. Parry will be like just +2, like using another, like almost like half cover. Because that's kind of like how parry works. With that, Cash is going to draw another dagger and is going to start maneuvering toward this door over yonder, just kind of sort of guarding it. You see him like call out to like his other bandages, like Hemlock over here, and the rat folk, having lost track of where Pava went around the corner, she like hovers a little bit longer and then like reflexively like switches hands and draws the bow and aims again for Nevitz, trying to hit him. Can she even see that? She barely can. I'm gonna give you Nevitz the bonus 2 to AC 12. Okay.
Hey,
Because you're like behind half cover, she can barely see you from where you are.
It hits.
It hits. You take 10 piercing damage. She doesn't get the sneak attack because you are not surprised anymore. You get 10 piercing damage as you're hit with an arrow deep into your stomach.
Jesus.
Ow.
Or
It hurts.
Nevitz?
Pavel, it is your turn. Yeah, Nevis. Nevis got hit.
Okay. Let's try and keep track.
The pain.
Pablo is going to peek around the corner.
You see she has to
There.
turn around. She's no longer looking at where you are. She has her back
Okay.
turned towards you. Yeah. You can remain there, it's fine.
Where did
I shoot
Apple
her.
go?
I shoot her in the back.
I followed Pavo and Chunko, and I don't even see them.
I'm fucking useless today.
We can't have Nevis today.
Does an 8 hit?
Yes. I'm just kidding.
Oh, for
She's made of jelly. Ooh. No.
As a -2 Dexter.
Partially because she's like laying kind of half prone, crouched. You were aiming for the head, and like you too late to adjust. It just flies past her. You only get one attack, right?
Yeah, because level 3's fucking awesome. I go back around the corner.
She just hears the arrow past her. She's like, "Oh, bloody!" And she begins to like plan to maneuver.
Can I go up this wall actually?
You can attempt to climb that. It's a 20-foot climb, but with your boots, you have the speed and you have the talents to climb as well,
I do
right?
have talent, yeah.
Go ahead and roll me athletics with advantage.
And maybe I could do something fucking useful. Yep, it appears to be the case. Meow.
You can't see into the room, obviously. You know, I'm just
No.
fixing the
Yep.
walls.
Yep.
But can I just do this? I can. There we go.
Awesome. So
Okay.
I stay low to the ground, making sure not to expose myself.
You're about 20 foot
Heavy.
up on a cliff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chungo.
Seeing that Nevis started getting hurt, I'm just gonna go back here and I'm gonna get in the way of anything to Nevis.
Okay. Where'd you go?
I'm on top of him.
You can't end your turn on the same.
Yeah, push him back.
You should use the shove action.
Are you really
Nevis,
hurt?
you can
Nevis?
test. Yeah, he looks rough. He's
Pretty hurted.
You know that scene with like when
But-
Dobie took that dagger to his gut? He's just standing there like his legs across like Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'll push him back nice and gently. Though.
Potter.
Unless you resist, you
Yeah.
get pushed back 5 feet, Nevis, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'll be more defensive stance.
Sure. You just see like the red folk lock eyes with you, recognize you, and you know her name is Hemlock. She's kind of like the same rank as you, has been serving for as long as you have, with a little bit more loyalty to the coalition than you, obviously, but you've been at it, and she looks at you just like, don't make this difficult, Django.
I hold the shield up against him.
Alright, Nevitz. What's up?
I'm gonna stand on this table here and cast Ray of Frost at her.
Brave. Go ahead and roll.
Sorry, I'm back. Had to feed over.
Okay. That hits. That
Nice.
does it. Are you going for like non-lethal or are you going for lethal?
Yeah, non-lethal. I'm just
Right.
trying to freeze her a bit, maybe to like the wall behind
You Elsa him, you just headshot and he just goes like unconscious from the sheer impact as a little bit of frostbite develops on the side of his eyelid, but he goes down.
I jump on the table like, yes! And then I was like, ow, ow, ow. And I
Ow,
slowly
ow.
get back down.
Still have the arrow in you, like, yeah, oh yeah, I forgot.
I'm getting like teary-eyed, like it hurts.
I feel sorry for you because you're just a child. But I don't, because you dealt so much damage in the beginning of that round. Okay, with that, Rolo.
That's my turn.
You look behind
Sorry,
you.
Oh,
I
wait.
had to go feed him. I
Can
didn't
I?
do the last part.
Nevis first.
But-
Go on. What?
I'm sorry. Can I prepare movement to move with Chunk start walking away or not?
You can use your movement this turn if you want to, but you can't react because you already used your action, so you can't use your action to
Okay. Yeah.
prepare a
I'll
reaction.
just stay here.
Okay, so roll. You look behind you. You see Nevis is holding up like an arrow to his gut, kind of like Dobie in a dagger style. But he's still letting off magic while magic's sparking around you. He managed to knock out the lizard boy with the dark daggers, and Chungo is right now just overbearing, trying to protect both of you guys from the incoming arrow barrage coming from the west. And you can kind of see Pavel climbing up the cliff behind her. Yeah.
What I want to do is I want to use my like acrobatics or dexterity, athletics. I want to use those to my advantage. So like, can I maybe, how do I ping something on there? How do I?
Hold left click.
You hold left click with the mouse button anywhere on the map.
Oh,
Yes.
got it. Okay, so yeah, that's what I do. I want to kind of like run along here and up these rocks, like maybe using acrobatics or something, and maybe like drop kicking or something on the
Go
other
ahead.
side.
You maneuver that way. You keep seeing that she keeps tracking you as you maneuver your way up the rocks with your scurry.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me like acrobatics with advantage as you maneuver. It is a little icy, but you know you've done this before, whether aboard ships or in the wild. Scurrying up the side as 20 will do
I have
it.
advantage on it, like already. Like I'm proficient in it.
You can roll again to see if you get a natural 20.
All right, I did get a natural 20.
So
Oh.
advantage is when you roll twice. No, that's not a natural 20. That is 14 plus 6.
Okay, let me roll again.
yeah.
Athletics?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Because you're parkouring up the side. Okay, a 20 does it. You manage to like retain all your grip as your rapier kind of along the side of the snow, and you throw a little bit of ice in her face as you leap toward her. Rapier first. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Rapier? Okay, let me get my rapier.
I'm gonna say because you rolled it so high, I'm gonna reduce her AC by 2.
So I roll for rapier 8.
An 8 does not quite do it. She takes the snow in the eyes, momentarily getting blinded, and she reflexively steps away, and you weren't expecting it, and the rapier just kind of goes down in snow. 8 is very unfortunate, I'm sorry. As it lunges down. However, you feel like this distraction has probably saved another arrow from taking out Nevitz whenever she gets a chance to draw. And she begins to like shake the ice off and curses under her breath, and is within your range.
I think that's all I can do. I don't think I can do
Okay.
an extra turn or anything.
Aster and Soren are effectively out of combat. Cash is unconscious. Hamlock is still in combat. In fact, she curses and she looks at you and panicked that she's so close to you. She attempts to like step back and shoot at the same time, which is very awkward at this range. She's going to go ahead and roll that bow attack with advantage because she's at close range. Does a 22 hit. She's been doing this for a long time. Been training all the archers around the camp the way she did. For 7 piercing damage, 14 because thanks to your friend, you're vulnerable to it. Slow me down if you are lost. Take 14 70 piercing damage.
Потом давай. Можно, но потом давай.
Random ration in the background. You back?
Yes, sorry. Dead.
You take 14 piercing damage as she awkwardly manages to aim at the center of your mass and just shoot an arrow and the impact 14. Yes.
I didn't think this would be the way I get the party.
Okay, well,
How
I
long
got
does it
10
last?
health left.
It lasts for a minute.
Next minute. Oh, that's very unfortunate.
Oh my god.
Wild magic, man. And she begins. But, however, you didn't use your reaction last turn, so now that she's stepping away and she's drawing another arrow to follow up with a lethal strike, you can swipe at her with your rapier as a reaction, as an opportunity attack if you
Alright.
wish.
Let's go for it. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that.
19 hits.
19. And I'll go ahead.
4 piercing damage. It's a very light strike.
Was she by any chance within 30 feet of me?
You're a swashbuckler. You have something to do with 1v1s, right? Can you link that in chat, please? I want to see if you have sneak attack. It's something to do with like you don't need sneak attack. You don't need to have an ally next to it. You don't need to be hidden because you're a swashbuckler. If you are 1v1 with them, I want to see the distance. Okay, don't read it. Link it to chat.
How do I link?
There should be
A
like a
little
chat
bubble.
next to it.
I have that. Hold on. I have that. I have. like steady aim. I had steady aim. I should have used that. It's an additional.
You don't
thing.
need an advantage on an attack roll to use your stick attack against a creature that you see within 5 feet of. A creature, if you're within 5 feet of it, no other creatures within 5 feet of it, and you don't have disadvantage on an attack roll, you get sneak attack on this. So go ahead and roll me 2d6 as a bonus damage to what you just did.
Where do I do this? So what I just did?
/R2d6. I'm not gonna do it for you. You have to learn to do it.
I can't see where this person is. Were they within 30 feet of me when I was standing here?
Yeah. Yeah, they were.
They would also have vulnerability to piercing damage.
So I got a 9 there.
Luckily, I was just outside of 30 feet.
I'm checking damage type.
So it's
It is
17.
piercing. That does
Yeah,
it.
it's a rapier.
How do you want to do this?
How do I want to finish her off?
Yeah, you pretty much deal either lethal damage or non-lethal damage, but she's out of the fight after this.
I don't want to do anything gruesome. I guess I just want to knock her out. I guess again.
Sure. With a series of like very quick footwork and slashes, you just Zoro her ass, and like the final strike is just like against the temple as she gets knocked back against the rocks.
Gotcha.
Unconscious.
Okay. Good. Okay, I'll end my turn there.
What do you guys do? I'm gonna keep it.
Oh, is combat over?
Combat is on break. You're still in like hostile ground because you're in the middle of a Bandit Coalition
Right.
camp, but there's no hostiles in the vicinity. Stuff is going on
I'm
in the
going-
background, but you have free movement.
I would like to roll ball bearings down the stairs here.
These stairs?
Wait, what? Oh, I'm on them?
Oh, get off them, dumbass.
Sure. How many? I'll just mark it. Unless you're marking it.
450.
It goes by hundreds. Every square is 100.
500.
Okay, so 5 squares. Ping them. I'll mark them.
Burp, burp, burp,
Mhm.
burp, and burp.
Cool. Pop, pop,
Bravo.
pop, pop.
Congo,
You have
bar the gate.
Do you have
Rollo,
Do you have your roads by any chance?
bring that one over here
Sure.
and tie him up.
Okay. Yeah, I'll assist. I'll carefully drag her over, and I'll. I don't know. I can't move her, but I got her
I'm
over.
doing one thing at a time. You said bar the gate, I'm barring the gate. It's barred. Whatever. Whatever. Just theory to mind. You don't see it. Who are you
Perfect.
dragging? This person?
Yeah, the one I knocked out. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Where to?
To tie up. I think we're just tying them up together.
Yep, just here for now will be fine. Jungo, what's through that door? This one.
Medic. Yes.
What?
Which one?
I don't know. A house. This house.
Right. So entering this house, let me see here. Several cots occupy the inside of this space. A shelf at one corner of the room is filled with salves and tinctures, as well as a few books and some herbs, samples and such, preserved in glass jars and fluids. A wooden table nearby, as you look around the corner, stained with long dry blood, has an opened healer's kit upon it. You see, aside from Soren, who is just staring at you, heaving and just making sure that his little friend is alright, but, you know, he's fighting consciousness right now. You see another bandage along various parts of his body, and he's resting on one of the cots. His face is bandaged up
Out
a little
of
bit.
goodwill, I would like to attempt to stabilize the small mouse person with my healer's kit.
As you approach, Soren just kind of begins like twitching away from you, and he's like, "Leave us."
I pull out the kit. Don't worry. Not everyone has to die. Allow me. Your friend will make it through this.
Roll persuasion, normal roll.
I look over his shoulder and I nod too.
Roll persuasion with advantage because since Chungo's helping you.
Okay. Nope.
Oh.
14.
A 14? Give me a second. I have to close extra sheets next in the room. See how he seems too tired to fight, and he's just like carefully lets you like have a look at this tiny mouse person. The wound is getting pretty bad, but you can go ahead and roll medicine to see. Actually, stabilizing is not rolling medicine, is it? It's
No,
10.
I don't think so. Yeah.
You roll 10, right?
Pretty sure you roll medicine for stabilizing.
Yeah, I'll roll medicine. I got a 15.
As an action, can spend. You just expend uses. You don't.
Oh, you don't even have to use it, yeah.
Without
Yeah.
needing to make a. It's without needing to make a medicine check because you have a healer's kit. Okay, neat. Okay. Yeah, you manage to stabilize her. She begins to breathe more steadily, and all the while, Soren, with his one good eye, looks at Chungo and he's just not sure whether to shake his head or nod in approval, and it's just slips into unconsciousness and like stable, but just like too tired to fight, and just begins to slip to the side.
Lovely.
Everyone
Right.
else is okay, right? Just unconscious.
Yes. When you
Threw
do
up
like
and
non-lethal damage, you're like, oh shit, was that too hard? No, it's okay, it's fine.
I bust the padlock.
Go ahead and rule me I'm pretty sure it's athletics. I'll have to jump for infirmary.
Do they have anything on them?
Who?
Close.
Who?
I guess they're
Specifically.
unconscious. Nevitz?
Who?
Nevitz! Who?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Bruh.
Do they either of them?
Who
have
are you
anything on
searching?
them? Both of them.
All right. So, what are you looking for specifically? Weapons, clothes. Little Aster, the little mouseling, has 2 shiny bracelets that she was using as a spell focus for her magic. One of them features a little trinket that's shaped like a little hearth with a fire in it. The other one is shaped like a bunch of like herbs arranged in a little fan format, kind of blessing of home and hearth, which is her domain, it seems. Claude had his longsword, which is laying by his side, and a few snacks in his pocket from earlier lunch. He's wearing what I call armor with like metal plates, but they're not well together. They're just kind of like in sections.
Splint?
Lamellar splint.
Splint. He has splint armor on, which you can see like Pavel's arrow kind of wedges out of between 2 splints.
Okay.
Were you looking for anything else specific?
So I was checking.
Go ahead and roll me investigation on the other guy. He's unconscious. He's healing. You can see the healing stuff's doing their work. Healing. What you would expect are burns, but upon closer inspections, look more like bruises, as if he was beaten by somebody. He has a bandage around his mouth where perhaps you would have like a sore tooth or something. Are you rolling me that investigation, or are you passing on that?
Oh, that's where the tooth came from.
Roll it.
Is that our boy?
It appears to be our boy.
He's the Mapach is unrecognizable.
No, okay.
Are you looking Chungo, or are you asking as Trent?
I was asking his Trent for fun because it's our
See if Chungo.
Jasper. Jungle looks in. Is that Jasper?
It's Jasper.
Jasper.
He's unconscious. I mean, like, he's resting.
Oh.
Yeah. Seems really badly beaten.
Jungle guesses we found where the tooth came from. From that message a long time ago. Jungle going to break in
Right.
here.
Back to the armory. You want to break it in. Brute force. What are you hitting it with?
My maul.
Go ahead, roll it.
Does 17
Wait, why
hit?
are we trying to get it? Why are we trying to get to the armor instead of just going to the general's office?
Hey,
You hit it,
free
making
loot.
a lot of noise, and while the padlock seems a little bit more crooked, doesn't seem to have done any damage. It's made from like a harder substance than your maul.
What's the door made of?
It is an iron door. It's an armory door.
Dang it.
Goodness, yeah.
The
The metal door of the armory is locked with an especially sturdy lock. Yeah. Sorry, what?
Can I check the giant L guy for keys?
Yeah, roll an investigation.
I can't see anything, by the way. Over here.
I'm fucking useless. Oh my god.
Why can't you see it? That's so weird. Why are you having glitches in the map? You shouldn't.
I don't know.
And can you move there? Like, can you move here? And what
Yeah,
the?
I can move,
I'm seeing.
I can't. Oh wait, I can't move past here.
Oh, because you don't see in the dark and
It's
it's
like-
nighttime. Yeah.
There's like a barrier.
Because you don't have a light source on.
It's dark for you.
Yeah, because you can only see the light of the hearth and the torch outside. You were moving around in the darkness.
Okay.
Are you gonna do anything about it?
I pull up my... No, wait. Everything's still back in camp.
I will I'll cast dancing lights and just have like 2 orbs of bright light floating around me.
Around you?
Yeah.
Okay. Dynamic lighting. What's the light on them? I know, I just want you to tell me because I want you to announce it next time.
It's in a 20 feet of bright light and 20 feet of dim light.
Can everybody see that light?
I have dark vision, so I have no
Yeah, fine.
idea.
Okay, can you see now, Nevitz?
Yep.
Okay. What you rolling for investigation there, Pablo? 5?
Yeah, I'm pretty useless today. I can climb things, but
You find you find like one reddish berry that seems firm to the touch, and you give it a little squeeze with your talons, and it doesn't seem to burst.
I eat the berry.
You recover 1 HP. You recognize its taste. It's a good berry.
Good. Very.
Berry.
Oh, is there another berry?
Just a one.
Oh.
Remnants from lunch.
Does anyone have a thieves kit?
I point at my maul.
Okay, Chungo.
Hey, Shruga.
I would like to attempt sleight of hand on the door to unlock it with my talons.
You're not a kobold.
It's gonna be like pure dexterity, like no proficiency,
Alright,
because you're not using any
boss.
tools.
Does that do it?
Miraculously,
Not-
it does.
That's pure. That's dexterity save, not pure
Oh,
dex.
biscuits, my bad, sorry.
I was like, wow, that's a
Does.
real high roll.
Oh my fuck.
It was 19 though, -5.
I fucking.
19
Oh, thank God,
plus.
we're taking
It was
the
a natural 19
Yeah, it was a natural 19.
plus 3. Yeah, that does it.
Oh, thank God. I was like,
Cool.
please, I got another 5. Don't do this to me.
Give me a moment.
I thought I smelled something.
Roll, I'm just curious. Do you have thief tools on you in your inventory?
Hold, give me a second. I'm just talking.
Oh, I'll give you all the time you need, buddy.
Buddy, old pal.
Unbelievable.
I was like, well, if I can't hit anything in combat, maybe I
The
can.
small building contains a weapons rack, armor, and a pile of assorted treasure. The storeroom seems to double as a treasury. Chungo, you're like wading in, taking a close look around. You find 3 coffers overspilling with coins. There's like too much for the party to carry out, and if you were to like roughly estimate, 700 to 1,000 gold coins in here.
Yeah, Chunk doesn't care about that.
Okay, there will also, you will like kind of looking around, you will find a small box filled with an assortment of precious jewelry. Among them is a necklace of polished shells and pearls, and a high-quality ring inlaid with gold and polished wood. The rest of the baubles will probably fetch some gold as well, but you don't care. You see two very beautiful paintings of the wood itself. One of the mock fields at sunset, and the other of the sunrise behind Alderheart. They are signed by some unknown artist, and would probably fetch some gold as well. These are all like spoils taken from the higher ups in Alderheart. The army holds a suit of scale mail armor, perch guard halberd, a finely kept longsword, 4 light crossbows, each with a full quiver strapped to them. And among all of this, if Rollo takes a peek inside, you will find your old rapier.
Your old rapier.
My eyes are like baby puppy eyes right now. I'm like so happy.
I throw the rapier out the door.
Chungo, you should what do you have on right now?
Chungo gets plate mail when he gets back to town.
What do you have on right now?
What you wear?
Chungo is fine.
I take a look at Chungo. What armor is he wearing?
Roll
I
perception.
cover up.
I'm doing it. Perception. 9. Could be some metal, could be some leather.
Are we gonna do this, Chungo? We're really not gonna tell him what you're wearing?
I'm wearing chainmail, but I'm not upgrading my armor.
Oh my god. I'll fucking upgrade my armor even though I just upgraded it.
Go ahead, put the splint on. You can't.
Why can't I?
Do you have proficiency in heavy armor?
No.
Can I
Then
try
have
to
fun
wear?
walking around in it. Yeah, I help Nevitz into the plate, into the splint armor.
Bro, Nevitz.
I'm just like standing in the armor and like I can't move.
It's like
Having fun?
it's like
I'm struggling to keep my balance.
you just killed Evans from sheer force of the weight of
He
it.
just kills Nevitz.
A scale
Hey, take it off,
scale,
Nevitz.
scale male armor weighs like 45 pounds. He weighs like 30. It's like,
I take the mail off him.
Wait,
Trent, imagine like wearing another Trent on yourself.
Right?
Well, shall we make our way to the
There's
general?
no there's no blunt weapons or anything.
There's no what?
Blunt weapons.
Halberd.
That's not blunt.
It can be blunt if you blunt it.
it's more than double his weight.
What are you looking for? It's an armory. There's plenty of weapons here.
I don't know. Just any nice looking mace or anything.
Yeah. You like a great club?
Sure.
Like a
I'll take another maul.
Yeah, there's an armory there. You find like a pilfered maul, great maul. Yep.
I already have a maul though.
What kind of? I have great clubs, great malls. Any stick
don't know.
can make a club, but yeah.
Any nicer shield, even though I guess a shield is a shield, it's always 2 AC.
Mm,
Is there a tower shield?
what is?
Do I have
tower shields in
proficiency?
D&D?
What?
I need to look up tower shields in D&D to know what you're talking about because I don't think I've ever seen tower shields in D&D. Outside of like flavor.
I usually love playing tower shield characters. I just don't know if this game needs a tower shield proficiency. I don't think so.
I see homebrew, but I don't see rules for. I think it's just a shield, right? Is there? You know what? Sure, there's a tower shield, like right held before like the suit of armor of scale armor. There is just a giant like
Bro, it's okay. It doesn't have to be
three-quarter.
in there.
Then why are you doing this? Why are you making me come up with
I don't
shit?
know. Back in Pathfinder, there was tower shields, so I was thinking there was.
I think there is a great shield in D&D 5e. I'll double check, but we can keep moving on with our thing.
What you guys do?
I take a bunch of arrows and I give it to Pavel.
Thank you. How many you're giving me? I can fit
There's
41.
80 arrows in this armor.
I stock
I
back
try
up
to
40.
put more than what he can carry into there.
Okay. Ooh.
Pat him on the shoulder.
Can I break off the tips of the arrows and make a and use them as improvised caltrops.
You can probably plant them in the snow, yeah.
Okay. I put 84-inch long arrows into my pocket.
I'm gonna be weird. I'm gonna take a sword and the halberd.
Halberd is two-handed weapon, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Same.
God, if you
Strap
fucking
onto my
throw
back.
it.
And I put the sword next to my mace.
Okay. I think halberd is a reach weapon too, right?
Yeah, it should be.
It is reach, two-handed, yep. 1d10
Halberd.
damage.
Alright.
You can just drag and drop it from the companion, you'll know it.
And what's the other? What sword was there? Just a longsword order.
The longsword belongs to, yeah, the big guy. Yeah?
I meant inside of.
The armor holds a sort of skeleton arrow, a perch guard, halberd, a finely kept longsword, yeah.
Yeah, I'll grab that too.
Oh, from what I can tell, there are 3 classes of shield in 5e. Light, medium, and heavy.
Where are you reading this from? Humble? Or are you reading
This one's on Reddit, but I will find on the
Office Reddit.
D&D. Well, I'm sorry. Finding D&D 5e rules is fucking
I'm
impossible.
pretty sure it's just
on the
plus,
internet.
it's fine, we'll look it up later. Pretty sure it's just
Why did
plus.
halberd give me 2? Oh, so 2
you-
halberd.
Yeah. Right. As you press your ear against the door, you can hear the creaking of a chair against stone floor. And then stillness.
Where's this at?
Where you're standing.
I thought this was the armory.
No.
This is the top of the armor now.
This is the armor.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Can I see through the keyhole?
Sure, you peek inside.
Awesome.
You see a candlelit chamber. It's about, I don't know, like 25 feet long. There's 2 tables on either side with chairs on the outsides of them. Food has been like set up and already eaten, and there is a single table on the far side of the room with a high chair. You see there the silhouette of a servant character. Her antlers kind of silhouetted by the 2 torches on either side of her, and in front of her, about halfway into the room, stands a medium height fox person that just seems to be like swaying back and forth and just kind of playing with her hands. And
Okay. So we're combat's on like a pause, but we still have initiative, yes?
I'm keeping your old initiative, yes.
Okay, I'd like to cast Fog Cloud through the hole in the door, and cast it in the room. Bibbidi boppity, you can't see the.
Link it in the chat so I can see what's the range on that shit.
20-foot radius sphere of fog at a point within range. Spreads around corners and it's heavily obscured. It lasts for the duration or until a wind of moderate or greater speed, at least 10 miles per hour, disperses it.
Guessing in the middle of the room.
Yes.
Okay. Sure. As you cast it, you see the fog begin to spread. First, the figures become silhouettes and disappear all entirely as it become heavily obscured. And before you know it, you see nothing. You just see a slight misting coming from the hole.
Okay. Jungle.
And you hear like a voice kind of chuckle, like, cheeky.
Gross. What do you want to do here, Chungo?
What's the? Did I hear the cheeky?
Yes.
Do I recognize who it sounds like? What does it sound like?
Saradin.
That's who?
Saradin.
One second, my music's way too loud.
Saradin.
Hey, fun fact. Is what they're in wood?
what is therein is like carved out of the rock of the mountain. Why?
What a shame. Oh, I was gonna say I could just throw some oil in there and light it on fire.
How about you don't?
How about you open the door?
Chug opens the door.
You're concentrating on it for 1 hour, yeah, Pavel?
Yep.
Also, this... Oh, fuck, it's 10 minutes. You can just keep doing it. I was like, the booster lasts forever, don't they? Okay, you open the door and you don't see shit. It's funny, I don't even have to change dynamic lighting, but I will open the door.
And Chungo goes in.
You don't see shit.
Chungo can't see anything.
Okay. Chungo, can I get you... So I'm gonna put this on the back layer, but you can't see shit. Because otherwise I can't select weapons.
But you can't see shit. But I can see!
Nobody can see shit. It's all
Oh,
heavily
man.
obscured.
Oh.
Let me read the spell real quick. You can see within range. You walk into the room. What do you do? Fuck.
I can see them?
You can't see shit. You walk into a foggy
Okay.
room. You're like,
Chungo can't see anything. Do you want Chungo go deeper?
I'm just gonna put this on the map. Fuck it.
Well, it's up to you, Chungo, but I figured
Chungo
they can't see us and we can't
goes
see them.
into the fog and disappears.
Okay.
I would like to roll stealth, please.
Come on. Sorry. Like, it's giving me a sass. You can go ahead and roll stuff with advantage, but you'll be going in there blind. Chungo,
Yeah.
going in blind, you step, and you almost trip over somebody you get knocked into who's about like your chest height, and you feel them clash against you, and she's like, oh, there you are. Christ. How about you take a sit down? And she waves her hand in front of your face. Can you make me a wisdom save, please?
Wisdom save, -1.
You feel very much compelled to take a seat. Where
Chungo's
you're
gonna
standing.
take that seat anyways. This isn't because of you. Chungo takes a seat.
Chungo walks through them to a chair.
I'm rolling initiative, but we're not in combat yet. What do you guys? The rest of you, what do you guys do? I'm just preemptively rolling stuff.
Since I looked through the keyhole, do I have like a general gist that there's a wall to the left?
There's a wall to the left. There's a wall to the right.
I go in and creep along the wall.
Sure. Did you roll stealth there? 23?
Yeah, 23.
Cool. So stealthily, you maneuvering without getting any reaction from the other 3 silhouettes in the room, and the one further back to the room. You kind of maneuver past Shango, who seems to have just taken a seat on the floor. And as you maneuver, you bump into somebody who immediately begins to scurry away.
I bop into someone.
You bump into someone, yeah.
Can I get it? I grab him.
Go ahead and attempt a. What would be a grapple with disadvantage? Just athletics with disadvantage, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Go ahead and tap athletics with disadvantage. As he also rules athletics with disadvantage because you can't. Because this is. You can't see shit. Oh my god, dude.
Damn, bitch.
Damn. No, you unable to grasp, still focusing on your fog spell. He scurries and remains out of sight.
Oh, that's lame.
It's fog.
I know.
Like, next time cast darkness. I don't know.
I wish I had darkness as a spell. It would make sense, wouldn't it, as a Gloomstalker, but not really, because it's dark down there already.
You're dark down.
I can't even describe the
Yes,
room
yeah.
because you can't see shit. Like, that's. I'm just sitting there like, I can DM. Like, I can't, like.
Alright, well...
It's like remembering Curse of Strahd, those like rooms, the closets, like you walk in, there's nothing. It's like that. It's like.
I'm gonna, like,
Yeah.
blend into the foreground and take the fog off, I guess.
Sure. I was about to ask the other two what they want to do.
Oh, okay. But maybe, what do you guys want to do?
We'll walk over here.
Yeah, I guess we'll just want to look.
Limp, more like. Nevis with his one health.
Yeah,
I'm very much limping.
I'll
so
help
much
you.
pain.
I'll have like one of your hands on my shoulder. I'll help you. I'm like your height kind of.
Okay. So, Chungo, as you take a sit down, you like, because you want to do it anyway, like whatever, you recognize the voice of the female Vulpin was speaking to be that of Dune. Dune is the sole enchantress of this entire camp. She's the only one gifted with her special touch of control people's minds and serves as another one of Benna's left hands, essentially. You kind of recognize her silhouette through the mist as she steps away from you and kind of steps backwards and fades more into the fog. Kind of, you can see her silhouette fade. But I mean, like, okay, at this point, what do you guys do? I need to know, because this is weird. Nobody can see shit.
Jungle's sitting, waiting.
Nevis is gonna just stand out here. For now.
Oh, we just
He's just leaning against.
a minute to
like,
pass
a
as the
thing
fog
wall.
eventually, like... Is that what we're doing? Or are we taking advantage of the fog while it's still here? It's up to you guys.
I will attempt to take advantage of getting to the end of the room.
Sure. How far do you want to go?
Right here.
You rolled how much on stealth? 23?
23.
Yeah, no, you managed to maneuver all the way there. Where are you
I am
pointing?
a
Here?
pile of dirt.
Yep.
Here.
Okay. As you approach out of the fog, you see the corner of the room, a little bit of light of the candle in the corner, and the silhouette of the high chair you saw before. And from out of the fog, one of the antlers just kind of peeks out.
All right. I would like to ready an action to grab the antler.
On what condition?
Once the fog dissipates.
Okay.
Is everyone in position?
Jungle's sitting nicely.
Okay.
Okay.
At this point, minute passes, the spell begins to dissipate as the room slowly begins to reveal itself. I'm just gonna delete it. I'll describe the room as it slowly dissipates first, that way you guys get immersed into it a little bit. You see, as I described before, 3 long tables are cramped into this meeting area, 2 of them along the sides, and a jumble of chairs packed together at each one. Remains of a meal still linger in front of each seat. On the northern wall is a 3rd table with a single high back chair where a sturdy server sits. The only thing I didn't mention aside from the candles is there's a door that you didn't see before. A door in the hall's northeast corner that stands closed. It looks like this place has stood here long before the Bandit occupied the fort. The stone, while aged, is still of high quality, though over the years many shared their woes and successful raid stories across these tables, where they partook in meals and revelry. As the smoke dissipates, you see Dune, as well as who you can only guess is Patch, seated with like the dagger lodged into the table as he's kind of spinning it, waiting for the command of his commander, seated at the head of the table. You see a solid servant woman with a face partially obscured by a red bandana fixes you with a stony glare, and as she goes to say, "So this is what Alderhot sent, a group of greenhorns. Pathetic!" And then she gets like her horn like yanked by Pavel. Oh, she doesn't have horns. You grab her ear. In the fog, you couldn't tell. She only has one ear left.
I bite it off. Kidding. JK.
Oh my.
Do you mind letting go?
Those hips though.
More for your sake than mine. As she begins to like
You're
reach
each
for a weapon.
other's hostages.
That's a thick lady.
Yeah, she did.
Uncle, calm down.
Yeah, I miss you too, Chango. This is quite the entrance, you guys.
This is why they want Chungo back.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Chungo's the stud of the camp.
Sure.
Sure. Do you mind letting go of my ear? I am not known for warning thrice.
Fine.
Nevitz looks around anxiously at why we're just talking, but he doesn't say anything.
We are just talking. I don't know, you didn't say that out loud. Go on. I can read minds. Y'all
don't know.
sis.
Right, well, we're here for your unconditional surrender.
Like, while she seems like not unreasonable and is willing to listen to you and like waiting for you to engage into like continuing that sentence as if you
What?
didn't complete it.
It would appear that we are at a draw. So perhaps we could enter negotiations and work something out that benefits us both.
I'm listening. Only because I've seen what you've done to my people, and I don't want to see them hurt anymore.
Hey,
They
I
already
saved one
have.
of them. I'm a good man.
Sure you are. How about you take a seat right there? I'll give you some space.
Where is there?
Just
I'll-
any of
I'll
the
sit
chairs.
here.
Pick one. Thank you. Opportunity attack! Fucking. Just kidding.
Fucking, oh no, Pavo's head rolls onto the floor.
Benna
God.
sits a little bit higher, a little bit more comfortable now that you're not like breathing in her ear. If you knew what we were fighting for, you wouldn't be so quick to condemn us. Entering my stronghold, taking out my people. Well, Alderhut sent you. Make your case. For as far as I care, the council chose to hide behind the bastion of Alderheart instead of aiding those in need. Why should I let you walk out of this room alive?
And consider this. You already have people that can infiltrate the city. You've done it before and you could do it again.
You're making my point for me.
We could take you back, and anyone you want to sneak in and stage a coup.
What?
Everyone there is cowards. If you take the council hostage and lock the building, the guard won't do a thing. I should know. My brother's the captain. They're weak and spineless. They barely want to share their food. Took us 20 minutes of haggling just to get them to consider it. Meanwhile, your people actually do things. Try to help themselves. But
Patch.
there's a better way to go about things.
This one says he spared our people. Go outside. Check if he's not lying. And you see like Patch kind of his dagger off the table and begin limping off toward the door, toward Rollo, eyeing you as he passes.
Dude,
He's identified by
scares
annoying.
me.
He looks down at like you see Nevis. He looks down toward Hamlock, the rat folk lady with a bow. Gives her a kick. Breathing. Nah. Begins like limping toward the others and just checking to see if they're just alive. And
He
after a
has
moment,
so many ab muscles.
So many ab muscles.
Oh my god.
does he like slink as he walk?
Ew, it's like
No,
a
it's
snake.
like it's a weasel walk.
Oh no, he walks like the purple guy from Monsters Inc.
Roland?
Yeah?
It's
Roland? I don't know.
Raylo.
Eventually, like makes
No,
his way
it's
back and just gonna
gross.
thunk his like dagger on the table. Sticks. He's like, "That speaks the truth. Breathing alive and well." And then like Ben was
Real
considered.
quick, out of character,
Yeah.
Hunter, can you tell me what your point was? I didn't understand anything you just said.
Council's a bunch of old bastards that would barely give a hunk of bread to a starving person. There.
See,
That's it?
I
Perhaps a more democratical government.
agree
be
with the
in
way that Hunter's going with this.
intervene.
But I feel like if we can get them in, they can have a diplomatic conversation. Because I think that they are... Sure, they're not doing the best they can do, but they are still helping the people that are in their town. So I feel like they can just have a better conversation if we can actually get them to converse.
How are you helping people? I'll say to the to Benna. You've been stealing supplies. That's causing a lot of people to struggle much more than it need be.
I built a community here using my combat experience to teach others to defend themselves, inspiring the once hopeless people of the wood. I did what I had to be done.
You suggest that the world just be everyone fight for what they can grab and leave the rest to die?
You see here like a little bit of confliction kind of start to show. She seems unpredictable, conflicted, as if she's in a struggle and your words do penetrate, and she says, Krall's ideals are extreme. If only there was another way to lead, one which wouldn't place so many of my loved ones in harm's way, but the council has showed their true colors when I first approached them for aid so many years ago. I just want to do what's right by my people. I found solace here, caring for others.
What happened when you asked the council for aid?
The fires burnt everything I loved.
I think they burnt a lot of people's family and everything. They
You
left
remember like
dudes,
Chunk
not
kind of
just
telling
them.
you what he found out before. Chunk, you can tell him like you already know this stuff.
Which part?
Like Benacerdan, like the reason why Benacerdan is who she is, why she's missing an ear, an eye, why she became who she was.
Yeah, I repeat that because it's like almost bedtime.
Essentially, Jungle related earlier that years ago, Benacerdan was a member of a servant tribe, and her mother was a seer, and she foresaw the fires of the calamity. And when Benacerdan approached the council for aid, the council essentially did not believe that like her mother's powers or anything, so they didn't send help. And by the time the fires already took everything up from her, and the Birthful Council finally sent aid, Benna's parents were already dead. Her village was already burnt, and she lost an ear and eye trying to save people out of those fires, and kind of shaped her to who she is today.
Do you think with our aid
So sad.
you could convince the council of anything else? Of changing their ways?
Well, here's what I'm trying to figure out. Why were you sent here in the first place?
To arrest you.
Or kill you.
And should I be
Either
brought
or.
in? What then?
We get a few trinkets.
You also get to state your case to them and whatnot. And we can probably back you up being heroes to them, apparently.
Chungo, you I know well from the years of us together, but your friends, am I to take them on their word?
I point at Pavel and was like, this one took a little while to stop killing things. But he's learned. The other two are good.
Blood, it make me tingle.
Why you gotta say that?
But I have learned to calm myself.
I make you a
See, I
counter
know.
offer.
Collecting toads.
These are my people and I would not abandon them. If you would agree with me, I will permit you to leave the camp, safe and unharmed, and deliver a message on my behalf to the British Council. I would see to the slowdown of bandit attacks in exchange for a parley with the council.
I could agree to that.
I agree with it, but I think we might need some more tangible things to bring back with us.
Like,
It's either a prisoner. I could stay here. We could take one of yours. I'm sure they'd be safe at the party's company. But the council is kind of, temperamental.
I nod. They're old grouchy grouches.
if this is, if anybody else in the party wants to say anything, they can do now. Otherwise, just a party-wide persuasion check to see if you guys can successfully negotiate an agreement with Bandit to treat with the British Council with a prison exchange. A prison.
Evans will speak up, saying, "I understand what it's like to lose your family to fires. My own parents died in a fire, and I've been doing what I can, working to survive. But what you're doing, it's hurting other people who are also trying their best to survive with what little they already
Is there an
have."
ice cream truck?
Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
dude, I was
Sure.
and I was like,
Someone's
Sorry, that
about
was
to fucking
distracting as
die.
hell.
but I know what you've been through. In the background.
It's the opposite music for what's needed right now.
It's driving outside my window.
Sorry.
I know what music you want right now, Jungle.
No, I don't want music that's sad.
Too bad.
Hit me with that Final Fantasy IV soundtrack.
Final Fantasy 4.
14. I must turn up the background music.
Nevitz, as you limp into the chambers, holding up your arrow,
Oh no.
and you make your case, I'll have you rule on behalf of the group with advantage a persuasion roll. Fails.
Oh, Bella, now, Devin.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the fucking double one.
That's
That's good.
That's not bad.
That's good. It's not ideal, but. Her expressions soften as she listens to your case, and she turns to roll. No prisoners needed. I trust you will deliver my message. I've been meaning to separate from Crawl's cause for some time, and I just want to see these people safe. If you would offer them an equal place among Elderheart people, we will do our part to integrate, and I will represent the people. Promise me that you will deliver my message, and peace will come to Elderheart. I cannot speak for Crawl, but I can speak for myself.
I'm not. And get up.
And Chongo,
Sounds
Evans
good.
walks forward. He reaches out his hand and he offers a pinky promise.
You even have pinkies?
Hey, shut the fuck
Oh.
up. It's a good scene.
how fucked up would it be if she this entire time was sitting like this, and she reaches her hand and it's just like a stump? Yeah.
Oh my god. Why do we ruin this moment?
No,
No
okay.
promise.
I'm just joking around. No, she takes your pinky and she shakes it. And she's like, "You're funny. Last time a bird folk and humble folk shook like this, it's been years. The Humblewood Treaty. Maybe we're making history
Nevin
this
smiles and nods.
9th level lightning bolt.
I like you. What's your name, little one?"
I'm Nevitz.
Nevitz. History books will remember you, Nevitz. And because we're friends, I can drop the whole act and actually speak in my own voice. Whoo! Right. I'm like, why am I giving her a new voice?
Because she's a strong lady of
Yeah.
Slavic descent.
So,
Nevitz, at the thought of like being in history books, is imagining like shiny statues of himself.
Yes.
it's like a
Shiny,
gold,
3
like
foot tall statues of Nevitz.
as tension begins to kind of ease off, and I don't have to roll combat again. Thank God.
Are we done?
Essentially, I'm going to close the session with a little bit of what happens now and what to plan for next session, if you don't mind.
Okay.
As
Yeah,
we're
that works.
pretty much closing chapter 2. Hurrah!
Right.
What
I'm
it
gonna
took
put
2 years.
Nevis on my shoulder and walk out the door.
Don't forget to loot.
End of
Please be
chapter
gentle.
2.
I'm still in pain. Please be gentle.
Oh yeah, I'm dying.
Here, come here, little one. I'll heal you up.
How?
I'm gonna take us. I'm gonna like clean your wounds. You know, make sure you don't fucking get ice inside your veins and slowly freeze to death. You know, normal things.
Is he using like
I have a healing. I have a healing.
cleaning, like
Yes.
cleaning alcohol? Like,
Yeah, I
stuff that
take out a special. I use some alcohol off the table.
He shakes his head. He shakes his head strongly. He's like,
Can I
"No,
do something
no,
real
no."
quick before you take him up on his shoulders?
Yeah.
Like, Benacer then, like, takes your pinky and, like, kind of, like, whoops you up to the table, and then, like, takes you
Ow.
over yonder to this door, and she opens it, and you can see it's essentially her private chambers. From a little chest that she opens, you see her open it. She rummages through close, puts aside, like, a scorched music box. It is like made from like this varnished alder wood with like inlays of gold. Opens it for a moment. It doesn't play anymore. You see like a servant dancer. Doesn't spin anymore. But it used to be like on a spring. Just all black. Closes it, sad a little bit. And then she draws something else. It seems to be a sheath with a sword in it. And she turns towards you and has you handle it first. Consider this a token. The first token of friendship. Of trust.
Thank you very much. Nevitz is like looking through his own things to get back to her.
I don't think Rolla needs to do anything else. Could I dip just because it just
It's
exploded
the end of
from
session.
that
I'm
one
just
piece of
finalizing.
stuff?
You can go ahead and leave again.
Thank you. I had fun though. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She
Thanks
begins.
for being here.
Yeah. She closes the chest and leads you back into the main chambers, having given you this gift.
Thank you very much.
From here, do I have what happens now? 2. What do you guys want to cover like next?
So we can end it off with this.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna ask you one thing before I close the session for tonight. It ran odd because a lot of content was skipped because I had a lot of context like in buildings and stuff, and you guys like sort of shot through it. How was the session? Like, was it a
Very good.
satisfactory end or was it?
Yes.
Okay.
I RP'd at 90%. I tried my hardest. Or some of it.
I realize now
Tired
that
of
one
it.
of the characters that was in room never unstealthed himself. That's funny. That's fine.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oddly enough, in Tarkov, I saw something that looked like a rock. It was a player, and his name was like something rock. It was a pile of rock. That is, yeah, man is just
Okay.
sitting in the room. I am rocks.
It's interesting always to see as a DM when you reflect on a session to see how much of it you're gonna use and how much are you gonna improvise anyways. Doesn't matter how much you like prepare. Like I'm gonna prepare like a captain's quarters. I'm gonna prepare like a storeroom. I'm gonna prepare all these NPCs and stuff. Prepare like a prison. But it's like I'm gonna like improvise half a session anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Blade of the Wood is yours to keep whoever wants to attune to it. It is a gift from Benna for giving her this opportunity that she was looking for. Just an opening, because, you know, it's not like she can openly go to Elderheart by herself. She was waiting for somebody to deliver a message. And who would be if not Chungo? So you guys can decide amongst yourselves who wants to attune to that.
I think I have enough things.
Oh, there
so
it is. That's
it's
what a
up to
future
the rest of
holds.
y'all.
What kind of blade is it? It doesn't say. Is it like a longsword or?
I think it says it can be anything.
I
Like
believe
in the
it.
description.
Blade of wood.
Oh,
Any
it says
sword.
Any sword.
Any
yeah.
sword. So you guys can decide amongst yourselves. It's kind of upon attunement, it becomes a sword that you decide what it is. Short sword, long sword, whatever. Upon attunement, it just changes form.
Hey man, it's Nevitz.
Nevis can use a sword. Yeah. Sorcerers can use swords if he wants to.
I only have proficiency with daggers and ranged weapon and like quarterstaff, sling, and light crossbow.
Short swords are non-martial weapons. They're simple weapons.
Oh, okay.
What the future may hold is yet to tell. This is a major part of the story completed, as now, with time, as you venture back and eventually will deliver a message, you would imagine the bandits will return to being a far less threatening force than the wood. Ultimately, there are several ways this story could have ended, be it with Benna slain or with the council and Benna negotiating for a better outcome. It was your choice, and he chose the latter, and I'm really glad for it. I guess I'll just type in RP chat, or I'll save it for next session. It's better if I save it for next session. What happens next? But it's gonna be sort of like I'll type a little thing in RP chat because from here on end, you guys get another one of those downtime activities, like a few weeks worth of free time for you to use as you will. Which is odd because nobody took any gold from the coalition, so it's use it as you will.
There was no gold in the only two people that I checked. But...
There
was
a
in the
room full
armory.
of gold, but I assumed we would have after. But it appears we have missed our opportunity.
Do you want
Oh,
to
Chunga
do you want
walked
to
away
stealth
from it
on your
'cause
way
Chunga
out and
didn't want
steal? You can.
I mean, is it really stealing if it's already stolen?
Yes.
It's one of those questions that you can ask yourself.
Are you giving the money back to the person that it got stolen from, or are you using it?
Some of it.
Chungo does not need the money.
Okay.
I think I will write, because I want to let Trent go sleep. I think I will write a little thing in RP chat of like over this next week. I mean, I assume you guys will, in between stealing from the coalition a little bit more and going to Other Heart, are you guys planning to do anything else on the way, or can I just like fast forward, like over in the week you guys do this, and this is what the result is as we open up to chapter 3. It's up to you guys.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, that works.
Like nobody
We'll
else
just
want to do
message
anything.
with what we do.
Did Chunga want to do anything else in the keep that I forgot about? It's your character, so
No.
I'm just asking. Okay.
I think we're good. Other than say hi to people.
Do we want to get back the armor we stole?
What armor?
There's people
Oh.
sleeping outside.
Oh yeah,
The
the outfit
uniforms.
those two are wearing.
Yeah.
You kind of have
Assuming
to
that-
like keep the gesture of peace, but you will
Yeah,
get.
we should
from the
get back to
council-
uniform.
Yeah, probably get from the council what you were promised, right? So.
The rules of the gesture of peace only apply after. Anything done beforehand is null.
They're still asleep outside, so we just like leave the uniforms in a pile beside them. They wake up wondering why they were stripped. Why their clothes are...
Yeah, I guess.
Why are we
Huh?
naked? What did we do?
Yeah, you make them wake up in a provocative position, spooning each other like, oh.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh. Nevitz is like, look, they're just cuddling. And all the adults are like,
Yeah, cuddling.
Chungo, if you're curious, I don't mind sharing this. Just like if you want for like your inner character universe, if you want to say hi to people, every single NPC I'm gonna present now is gonna be available for future interactions. If you want to like assemble a crew of old contacts, I'm just gonna show one by one, like a cast almost. There is Lil John.
Fucking love Little John.
Big Jack.
Hey.
Yeah. You guys didn't even go to the prison, did you?
No.
You stop by the prison
Just
and
guess that.
just guess who you see in the prison. Like, guarding it.
I don't know. Oh, hey, it's him.
Looks like she got that promotion after all.
She got fired and going over here.
Yeah. We got.
Well, I apologize, I guess.
We'll get there.
I like the name Dandelion for the big boy.
It's a woman.
Big mama.
Big mama. Remember the people you almost killed? Here they are. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What if we did go to the prison? We just put Chungo and Rolo in there, and then
That
Pablo and I
would've
were
been
like,
fun.
"Alright, guess we're doing everything else by ourselves."
I would have been like going
Something like
between you
that,
two, like
slightly
Chongo has to like get that prison break now. He has to talk the names and shit. I had it prepared. Like, I should have been like, no, prisoners going to prison. Like, no, prisoners going to prison.
No, prison's going prison.
Yeah. The fuck is this shit? Yeah.
Nims just
I was
sees us.
expecting you to-
Prison.
I was expecting.
I
it to
was.
be like
I had
that.
a line where like,
I was.
if they put Chongo in a prison, I was gonna be like, Nims Lindsay, like, told you to sell you in a cell, like fucking. Yeah.
I was fully expecting you to be like that, to just try and just like have Chungo and Rolo put in the prison. I was fully prepared to like not to
I was prepared
try
to
and
break those,
talk
yeah.
my way out of this. But I mean, I was fully prepared to try my best to talk my way out of it. But I didn't know about my roles.
Oh, I love Patch. I'm gonna play him some more in the future.
It's just so weird having muscles on a fucking ferret.
Yeah.
The fucking muscle noodle.
And Venusaur. So like these are like people Chungo would know more or less. Like if you want to like world build, like who do I know from the coalition? These people.
Right. And Nims we know because of Nims.
Nims you just met before, and I just added more lore to her because let's pretend like yeah, kind of. She wasn't hostile to begin with, so whatever. She's very complacent about her job.
Well,
Yes.
I'm gonna head off, guys. The vaccine's got me all tired.
Have a good night.
I will. Bye.
Bye. Good night. When Brenna was like, "What is your proposal?" and Papa was like, "Well, we could overthrow the council together." I was like, "Wait a minute, what are you
I was ready
What's
to
your
be like,
angle here?"
yeah, I've been doing that. Like, why are you here?
I was just gonna use what Hunter suggested to get them to talk. But hey, this is easier.
As long as you make a heartfelt
no.
plea, I mean,
No, that was such a
she's
bad
not
idea. I
unreasonable.
was
She's just
like,
very
okay.
unpredictable.
I
could've
was waiting to see if like Chunko or Rolo would say anything because they're the adults in the room. But I was like, "Fuck it, let me start talking."
Yeah, sometimes you need the child thing.
Yeah, everybody has a moment in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
fun.
why I want Nevis to have the sword. Near that sword.
I have a -1 to strength. I
doesn't
also I don't
matter.
know if I ever want to like run up to people using a sword.
It's a symbol, dude.
It's a symbol.
You don't have to use it.
The only thing I feel bad about this decision is like I had, and I don't know how to remedy this. I had like lore about the people we're gonna meet written like prior. Like if you guys would have went to like the officers' quarters to like get a better read
Yeah.
on this place, there was like a letter to Patch from Kaj, and there was like dialogue there, and information and stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to introduce that. If people would go, just go. Like it's not like oh, you found a letter in the snow. Like that's weird, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, but whatever. As long as we have fun.
Exactly. Also, what is the music from? Why did you say you know what I wanted?
I was gonna put it on already. But I was
Okay.
like,
Yeah, no.
no.
No. Don't do that. Also, read what I sent you, and you better do it.
What? Yeah.
As corny as that is, you better fucking end this session like
A uterus.
that. No.
I'm gonna get
Don't be on your.
I'm gonna
What?
get off now and
Yeah, that's fine.
Have a good one.
hang out with a friend. See you guys. Good night.
You
Right.
friends?
Yeah. Bye.
No response possible. Yeah, if you make a heart out of everything at the very end, when we bring everything together, I'll actually be like, I hate you and I love you at the same time.
Yeah.
This corny ass end will actually bring a tear to my eyes.
I mean,
Nah, it's perfect. It's a perfect end.
yeah, that's good.
You go
Oh,
into the final screen
was-
with the normal thing.
You know that feeling as at the end when you sit there and you're like, I have to allow my players to do whatever it is they want. Like, not whatever they want, but like have them
Yeah.
have their agency. But as soon as I heard Hunter be like, I'm gonna throw like a bottle of oil and set them on fire, and I'm just like,
How about no?
please don't, because I will allow you, and it will make me cry. Like, my story.
Yeah, I know. I would rather have a full, happy, nice story. So,
So me or okay, yeah.
but yeah, final fucking session. You just have a normal intro screen, and then when we finish the campaign, you just switch us to a heart, and I'll be like, I hate you. All their heart is together. Woo.
I mean, that's essentially the point of chapter 2, is to, before you can concentrate on the land, you must concentrate on the people.
Exactly.
So, some elements of the Bad Coalition still exist because people will always be divided. That's just the nature of people.
Exactly. Yeah.
But for the majority part, at least, the Stronghold still remains with the Bad Coalition, but I'm gonna reflavor them. I'm gonna make them, like, named be something else, and they're gonna be like a division of Rangers for the Perch Guard or some shit. And along the lines of what Chungo wanted to do, we're like, oh, prove that the coalition can do good. All it requires
Yeah.
is for everybody to work together. And
Yeah.
we'll transition to that, and I think we'll start chapter 3. Do you guys get leveled up? I'll look at that. Ooh, right? I'll look into it. Sorry, I'm just reading.
Does shit hit for magical only at the end of this campaign, do you think?
What?
In a, I guess, non-spoiler way. Do you think everything's non-magical until, like, the end of this campaign,
What's
damage-wise?
Non-magical.
Like, I'm thinking at level 4 to take the heavy armor master,
Mm-hmm.
where you get bludgeoning and piercing and thing -3 when you get hit. But it's absolutely useless if everything starts doing magical damage.
Typically,
Like,
any
is this
campaign,
campaign before it?
any
pretty much?
campaign starts dealing magical damage around level 5.
Okay, so
from
pretty
my
much at the very
experience.
end.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it, and
Without any, like, spoiler, I'm trying not to... I just want to not take a useless shit, you know what I mean?
yeah, no, I'll let you know. How about you ask me when my head is not?
Yeah.
I'm on 1
Because if not, I think I'm taking the Feet Crusher, which is like if you hit with a... I know, right? I didn't think it was a cool... I didn't know that existed. But it's like, if you hit with a bludgeoning weapon, you push things back 5 feet. And
It's
so
like
it's about
shove
movement.
action, attack action 1. Kind of
Without, yeah. And it's all together in the attack. So you deal the damage and they get pushed 5
thing. I
feet
mean, it's
unless
pretty
they're
dope. It's
one
pretty
size.
chungo, you know.
Exactly. And then the other thing is it's normal. If you crit, you just deal like an extra damage. I think that's the other part of it. But I
Okay.
like the pushing thing.
I would take Crusher just because it sounds dope.
Yeah. Same, pretty much.
because who cares about taking less damage? You guys don't
Yeah,
do
it's
combat
cool.
as often as the average player in this campaign. So,
True.
and Chungo is probably the last one to fall. I mean, I was surprised Nevis didn't fall. He was on 1 HP for like half that fight. I was like, ooh, wow.
I was standing at the door because I thought they were gonna bust in and get themselves weapons, and then it was like they're not gonna do that, and I was like, oh fuck, my team's dying.
No, I was just like, well, Banner started, and you would know this. Chungo, and you would guess this is Trent. She cares about her people. She doesn't want them to like fight for the sake of fight. That's not why she's here. She wants to fight on purpose. Those guys, they were guards. They thought they could take you on. They couldn't. Surprise, you know. They were like, oh, 2 tiny guys, and all of a sudden, Nevis lightning ball. I was like, shit, this kid had fucking shoots lightning like fucking Zeus over here. He had 40 HP. I was like, this is gonna be a tough fight. Nah, fucking 21 HP off the bat. I was like, oh, bye. Like, I had like techniques for them to fight together. Like they're like symbiotes. She'll be casting like community domain magic, and he'll be fighting with like a sword and guarding her. Nah, he's like at 2/3 HP down off the bat. I was like, he's gonna crawl away, scared. Like, gonna call him too.
Thank God I didn't kill. I was like, yeah, this is a mini boss in a sense. I'm gonna get him to slap his friend. And you're like, his friend's now dying. And I was like, oh fuck, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that cloud rune is ass.
Mm-hmm.
Do they rule to save or anything?
No,
it's just
if that attack would hit a teammate, it goes to an enemy. Or if it hits anyone.
Another target, yeah. Technically, if I was a real ass, like a ass, I would be like, oh, it's 1 token, it's 1 thing.
Yeah, no.
But I was like, no, they're 2 people.
You said it's 2 people.
Yeah, it's 2 people.
It's doing 2 moves.
They're
Fuck
not
you.
twins. Like, yeah, they're not conjoined. Like, yeah, they're just on top of each other because
it's not
cool.
Ent or whatever. Alright, though. I'm gonna get out. Thanks for DMing, my dude.
I'll see you tomorrow in space.
See you tomorrow in space.
In space!
Where we're gonna get a better ship, hopefully.
And I'll do 2 things in 5 hours.
Yes.
Good game.
Science.
I
just think we're missing something.
I'm gonna read the wiki to see what I can do, because I feel like I feel like 2 things. I feel like some of those are just a little bit too stoned to like actually like practically.
No, Matt is captain.
Okay.
No matter what, we listen to captain's rules. That's
we don't do anything for 5 hours.
That's why we put Matt in captain. Because we want it to be dumb.
Okay.
We want the random Matt being
like,
yeah.
It's that random energy that's hilarious. Before you go, regarding Humble, all I'm gonna say is now Tournament 2 is done. We're kind of ending Chungo's arc. Is there anything you want to do last minute in development? Because I'll be typing in RP. If you ever want to add in, go ahead. And I'll just be like, over next week, this is what happens. Because we're moving on to like the fires. Like it's time to like get to the bottom of like what's going on in the wood. Why are people losing their homes and stuff?
Alright.
So we'll do that. Alright, cheerio.
Hey, how we going? Bye.
Bye.